Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another RWBY blind commentary. And here it finally is. The finale of Volume 4, Chapter 12, Safe Haven. Now with that title, I'm expecting that by the end of this one, a Team Ranger will have reached Haven. And they'll be safe. Probably for the most of this episode, they'll be dealing with that scary, creepy Grim there. And it'll be dark and harrowing, and maybe someone will get injured or whatever, I don't know. But, at the end, I'm expecting they'll finally reach Haven, and, yeah, it'll be their literal safe haven, because I just can't see Rooster Teeth passing up a double meaning like that for their title. Though we'll see. As for what else I'm expecting in this one, well, I don't know if we'll actually see much of the other girls besides RWBY, just because with the last episode, they all sort of had it figured out. They sort of knew what direction they're going next, and, I don't know if we'll get that much more for any of them, because Weiss, she escaped, and she kind of knows now she's going after her sister in Haven, and same thing with Yang. She made a decision, though we don't really know what it is yet. And yes, I am aware she doesn't know where Blake is, so that kind of throws a bit of water on my whole maybe she'll go after Blake thing. Though at the same time, her going after people with no clue where they are is sort of normal for her. Because, I mean, that's kind of what she was doing when we met her in the trailer. She was going after her mother without any real lead beyond a picture. So, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that she could try and track Blake down off of just no real information. She does apparently have her connections like Junior. So, yeah, that's still possible. And I do hope that she does either go after Blake or go after Adam, just because, even though that's not going to end well, just because that stuff, it feels more immediate and more just central to her particular story in the greater narrative. Because, I mean, she does have this great relationship with her sister. There's this deep sisterly bond, but it's not really been in the narrative focus. In Volume 1, there were some great establishing scenes showing how they interact, but really none of the important emotional moments for either character involved the other one to such a great degree. They seem just sort of disconnected in terms of the important plot beats for the other character. None of the important Yang scenes really involve RWBY too much, and none of the important RWBY scenes involve Yang too much. So it just seems kind of disjointed, and I just, if Yang does go after her sister, like I fear she might, it does kind of feel like maybe that would make the whole situation with losing her arm feel a bit more like just an obstacle that she had to get through and not like anything too deep. So I kind of hope that she deals with what happened to her first before returning to just being a part of the team. If that makes sense, which I don't know if it does. And then there's Blake. She's in a similar place. She's figured out her next move, going after the White Fang, trying to take it back, as she said, which is really cool. And while I'm on the subject, I might as well address the other contentious thing I said last time, since it generated quite a few questions. Yes, I am aware that in story, Sun says what he does about Yang just because, well, she got hurt like he did. There's this definite parallel there. That's not really my point. He's not meaning to imply that there's anything going on between the two of them, because even if he suspected that, why would he even bring it up? No, my point was that that line existed because of Bumblebee. That line was written by the writers and put in the script because it was meant to invoke the shipping discussion. Which I really think it is. I still think it is. I mean, people have argued that it's not, that I'm reading into things, though I don't think I need to reach for Bumblebee. There's so much obvious stuff in the actual series that I could make a whole video about why I'm sure it's going to happen. I don't need to go for additional just stretches that are unnecessary. Maybe I will make a Bumblebee video sometime during the hiatus. I don't know. But yeah, it's just framed to invoke it. Sort of like in chapter 11 of last volume when Adam has his line, "I'll destroy everything you love, starting with her." The line, I mean, Adam doesn't know who Yang is. She has no idea what the relationship is. But the line, the way that scene is framed, it's meant to invoke the relationship between the two and sort of get the Bumblebee shippers riled up, I'm imagining. That's why it's Yang there in that situation. And similarly here, it's not a neutral exchange because when Sun says he'd protect Blake, which is what the line is, it's not, "I don't blame you," it's I will protect you. It's romantically charged. And then he applies it to Yang. And just because that is the case, because it's written that way, it feels to me like they were trying to invoke the discussion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the writers know what they're doing, and that just seems obvious to me. But enough about that. What else for this episode? I'm expecting we'll probably see Oscar again since we didn't see him last time, and maybe we'll see more of the villains. I'd like to see more Cinder, though we'll see. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, and here we go. Fairy tale. Now it seems we were just pretending to a happy ending. And I just realized that the title is actually No Safe Haven. So forget what I said at the start there. Maybe we'll reach Haven, but it won't be safe. That's more probable. Or we won't reach Haven at all. Completely missed that word when I was reading this before. And I'm still gonna get comments about it, I know. You people don't wait until you've seen the whole video. By day and sorrows free. Okay. And yep, starting in Kurayuri. And yeah, there it is. Creepy. Oh wow. Now that's a grim. Really went all out making that thing disturbing. Oh, well.
Just get him to safety!
Rin's semblance is pretty effective. Oh? Huh. Come on. Honora. Oh. Ah, that looks like it hurt.
What are you doing?
Oh, okay, so the weapon was upgraded. I was wondering about that. Nice. Yeah, they seem a bit outmatched by this thing. Ooh. Awesome. Oh. Well, this doesn't look good.
Stop looking.
Ow. Yeah. This thing's pretty brutal. Jean. Wow.
Ren, knock it off!
Yeah, there goes the aura. Who's intervened? Yeah, Jean. And there's Ruby.
Nora, let go! Nora! They're going to get hurt if we don't.
Aw.
No,
Aw.
I won't let you kill yourself like this. After everything we've been through, I won't let it end.
Aw.
Not like this. We can do this.
Well, we'll see.
Ren! Jean and I can take care of its arms. I'll take care of the horse.
And I'll take care of the rest. Now! Nora!
Nice. Oh. Go, Dora. Uh-huh.
For my mother. For my father. For all those that you've slain. For myself.
And yeah, that's gonna do it, I think. Good job, guys. Wasn't sure you had it in you. Aww. Love those two. Oh, Crow. Still breathing.
It's quiet. Good job, kiddo.
Guys, I think I hear something.
Oh. What are these? How? Who contacted them?
How did you find us out here?
Yeah.
We were on patrol and saw the smoke.
Oh,
We've
okay.
been out here for years.
Why
Thought
not?
something might be wrong.
What if we don't make it in time?
Ruby.
Oh, okay, so we are safely getting to Haven. Despite the title.
We made it, Uncle Crow.
Aww. Yeah, I ship it. Ooh. Pretty singing. We gonna meet the headmaster, Leo, before the end of this?
I don't know where we should go. Feeling farther
How's he doing?
from our goal. I don't know what path we will be shown, but I know that when I'm with you, I'm at home. Yes, I know that when I'm with you, I'm at home.
Still got a lot of episode left.
Hey, sis.
Oh, Riding
I
Yang.
hope my letters have been reaching you and Dad. Handwritten stuff's never been super reliable, but I
guess it's all we've got these days. Anyway, in case you haven't been getting them,
It did show Yang getting the mail earlier in
the
the
way I did.
volume.
I know you told me it was a reckless idea, and after everything I've been through, I can definitely say you were right. It's been hard on all of us. And I'm not just talking about the monsters we fought out here.
Okay, you can hide out back in the cargo hold. I'll take you as far as I can, but if we get caught, you're on your own. Understand?
Every step we
Cool,
made
well,
took us further and further
found someone to help
from
her.
the things we knew. And every morning we woke up wondering if just over the next hill would be something good. Or something terrible. It's scary,
Blake.
not knowing what's going to happen next. And the things we do know now, just how bad it can get, it almost makes it all worse. You told me once that bad things just happen. You were angry when you said it, and I didn't want to listen. But you were
So,
right.
with that picture, I guess she's going after
Bad
Raven.
things do happen
Fair enough.
every day. Which is why I'm
Leave
out
that-
here to do whatever I can, wherever I can, and hopefully
Aw.
do some good. We've all lost something. And I've seen what loss can do to people. But if we gave up every time we lost, then we'd never be able to move forward. We'd never have a chance to see what beautiful things the future might have waiting for us. We'd never have the strength to change, whether it's ourselves or the world around us.
Oh, the old flag.
And
Oh.
we'll never be there for
Seeing
other
them
people
again.
who might one day be lost without us.
Or wait. Where is that?
This is what we were training for, Yang. To become huntresses. To be the ones to stand up and do something about all the bad in the world.
Approaching City of Mistral.
Because there are plenty of people
These
out there who
three.
are still lost. And even more who will try to gain everything they can from their sorrow.
And back to the villains.
Believe me when I say, I know it can feel impossible. Like every single day is a struggle against some unstoppable monster we can never hope to beat. But we have to try.
Practicing?
If not for us, then for the people we've already... Then for the people we haven't lost yet.
Aw.
I miss you so much.
Aw.
I miss Weiss and Blake too. But I think you'd all be proud to know that I made it to Mistral. All of us did. And we even ran into Uncle Crow along the way.
Yeah, gotta throw that in there.
Hey. Aren't I normally the one saving you?
Aw. Not this time.
He's going to take us to see Professor Lionheart, the headmaster of Haven Academy.
Leo Lionheart?
And
Really?
he told us
Could have tried a little harder than that.
wanna hear. Things I can't trust will make it to you in this letter. But maybe, if you joined us, he could tell you himself. With Beacon gone, they'll need Dad at Signal more than ever. And I know you need to focus on yourself before I can expect you to come out with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping she does, but...
But it sure would be great to get Team RWBY back together again.
You are in so much trouble when I find you.
Until next time, your loving sister.
Still not showing us which way she did, though. I think it's implying that we're going for RWBY.
Oh, P.S. I'll be sure to give you the address of where we'll be staying in Mistral. I'd love to hear back from you and Dad, and I can't wait to fill you in on whatever's going to happen next. Now that we've made it across Anima, I really think things are gonna start going our way.
Why, thank you, Professor.
Or not.
Sam
Yeah.
always did say you were quite hospitable.
Yeah. Wonderful. No safe haven indeed. Well. Didn't actually get to see the guy, but apparently Leo Lionheart is compromised somehow. Tyrion Callows, that's his full name? That's cool. Ilya Amatola. Cool. RWBY. Pretty good song here. Though it always is with this show. Great soundtracks. Wonder what the after credit scene will be. Special thanks. And the always interesting security section, where they seem to just name their pets and stuff. Still got the Incredible Ted in there. Just even rats. And yeah. Crow.
Excuse me.
Oh. Crow meets Oscar.
You know, I don't think they allow kids in here.
Shut up, I'm getting there. I'm supposed to tell you I'd like my cane back.
It's good to see you again, Oz.
Well, good note to end on. Okay. So yeah, I would say that was a very satisfying finale. Definitely enjoyed that. I think it's comparable to the Volume 3 finale in a lot of ways. I mean, the first half is all action and intense and full of emotion. And then the second half, it's more downbeat and just sort of laying the groundwork for what's to come next and showing all the characters and where they're headed. It just feels kind of similar in that way. And we even have RWBY writing Yang and referencing how they parted, what terms they parted on. And we have the very last scene where Crow gives the cane back to Ozpin. So it definitely feels like this is sort of going full circle from where we left off there. And that's cool. I mean, we even in that episode, it was showing them all go their separate ways. Here it's showing them kind of converging. And it just has this sort of neat feel there because of that. And I mean, they triumphed over their enemy this time as opposed to falling short. And yeah, it just feels like a equal opposite counterpart to that other episode. So that's really cool, and I liked a lot of what happened in this episode. I liked the action scene, that was awesome, and the stuff with Rin and Nora was perfect. I really love those two, and the way that they're sort of moving that relationship along is great. Really satisfying stuff with that Grimm, and just a really cool action sequence period. One of my favorites ever where they fight a Grimm. And yeah, everything else, it was mostly pretty good. I would say there are a few disappointments. One is that the Raven scene never really came into play. It never really amounted to anything. All that great build-up and intrigue over what was going to happen with Raven, and she didn't show up again. Which I gotta say is pretty disappointing. I was hoping that we would see her come up and do something, that she would have some connection to that Grimm and be involved somehow, since that was laid out like it was. Although maybe there is still a connection, because I mean, the sign for Kuroyuri said bandits on it, so maybe Raven and Co are still lurking around somewhere and are part of this. They just didn't intervene for whatever reason. But I was kind of hoping that that would come into play somehow before just them being rescued on a whim by random people from Mistral. Though, it's fine, I guess. And then there's also Yang, of course. I mean, I have been adamant about what I think there. It does look like she's going to RWBY, which I guess it does make the most sense in a lot of ways. But I just don't want everything that happened to her at the end of last volume to lose weight, to feel like it doesn't mean anything. I want that to affect her character and be a big part of her character moving forward. And I don't just want her to return to being who she was before exactly, because it would just feel disingenuous. So it does look like she's going to RWBY, but everyone's converging on Mistral, so I'm hoping that even after reuniting with RWBY, she'll get more involved with some of the other stuff that maybe would be more weighing on her at this moment in time. Though we'll see. Though I guess it's still possible she might go to Raven, though with what she said, it seems unlikely, even though she did have that picture. Other things, someone did kind of spoil/hint that Cinder would be doing something bad in the finale, and I think I don't think my theory is completely debunked by what we saw here yet. Of course she's angry at RWBY. No one's denying that. She wants to kill RWBY. She wants to destroy RWBY, because RWBY caused her pain. RWBY really destroyed what she had built up and brought her to this more pathetic, pitiable level. So of course she wants to kill RWBY, but that doesn't mean that her character isn't on a different path now, which I still think she is. She has reason to want to kill RWBY, so yeah, but it just how she's portrayed, she's really seems like this desperate character now, and I think as things continue, we'll still see that. And I think especially next volume, as we explore Mistral, we'll learn more about her character, since that's where she's from, and we'll probably figure out what's been motivating her this whole time. And I'm expecting it'll be a pretty sympathetic backstory, because I mean, she's Cinderella, which is pretty much a tale of child abuse and stuff, so yeah, I'm gonna guess that there's a lot there in terms of leading to who she eventually became. And I don't know if there's too much else to say. Nothing else really too crazy happened. We had the great Rin and Nora stuff, we had Crow recovering, we had oh yeah, the other twist. Leo Lionheart is there meeting with Watts, so yeah, he's been compromised. He's not really on their side so much anymore, or so we're led to believe. So that is not good, and that could definitely lead to some complications. Though maybe he can still be saved. Maybe when Oscar/Osmond talks to him, he'll come back around, or maybe Watts and Co. have their hooks in deep. Only time will tell. Speaking of which, we now have a hiatus to worry about, and it'll be a long time before we see RWBY again, which is quite unfortunate, but yeah, hopefully it's not too long a hiatus, and hopefully there's some RWBY chibi in there to break it up. Still going to be doing RWBY content on the channel, don't worry about that. I really love the show, and I want to look at a bunch of stuff, and as said at the start, I might make a theory video or two where I talk about Bumblebee and why it's going to happen, or maybe some other subject that I'm interested in. We'll see. Overall, Volume 4 was good. I don't think it was as good as Volume 3. I think having the characters separated led to a sort of decompressed sort of feeling to the story that made really not a whole lot happen for each character when you really think about it. So it kind of was a lot slower paced feeling of Volume than some of the other ones. I think things will go at a better pace once the characters are together again, so that we can just have less plots going on at the same time. But yeah, it was still a good volume. Really love the new animation style. I mean, the animation isn't perfect still. They still need to work on that, but the art style is great. And I love just the art direction. Some of the backgrounds are beautiful. And the expressions, that's the real big takeaway from the new engine they're using. The characters are so much more expressive, and I really love that. Even if some of the animation is a bit clunky, admittedly it is. I can see it more and more as I watch more. The expression and the art direction, it kind of makes up for it, and I think they can only improve as the series goes on. So, looking forward to Volume 5. Hopefully it comes relatively soon, within the next half a year or so, though maybe it'll be longer. I don't know. Usually it takes a while from what I am aware of. So we'll see. Anyway, hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.